from the WFC 16 press conference. We're obviously here for a couple of the big fight announcements. We got Max Griffin versus David Mitchell, a fight that's been in the making for quite a few years, and they like each other, so it's going to be an interesting fight. Two of the top level guys in the region. Blessed to be part of our organization, and it's going to be amazing to see who the King of Sacramento is. So we're excited for that, and also Justin Baesman for Scott Smith, two veterans that have been, through Bellator, UFC, Strikeforce, two of the top guys in the region too. So we're really excited to have Scott back in, Justin back in. Recently, we just signed Luis Gonzalez. He was just recently released from the UFC, and he's on the card as well. So, and there's going to be we're going to put 15 fights on this card. We have everyone hitting us up to get on this card. It's a special card and two special fighters, and we've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this organization, as well as all these four guys, all champions or former champions. And we're excited to have this fight, and excited to finally happen here in the right place. So we're excited for it. So, first question, you ready?
Yeah. So we'll start off. Max, first, man, congratulations on the win over Buddy Wallace.
Thank you.
That was a tough fight. So whose idea was it to jump into this fight right now, take this shot? I mean, there's no doubt you're on the fast track for the UFC. If there's a loss to David Mitchell, it does derail the pain train. I mean, did you take that into consideration when you said, I'm done, I had enough, I got to do this?
When you fight, you can lose to anybody. He's really good, and I don't like him. It worked out. I was approached by management, Branden. It's time. I'm going to shut him up, and I'm going to beat him. The UFC wants it. I mean, he's wanted by the UFC. He's turned down a few fights, and they'll like that win. I mean, I'm still on the list, but I want to fight, and I'm here to fight the best, and I'm not ducking nobody. And in the UFC, I'll fight way tougher guys than him. So let's do it.
And from our position too, it's if Max, whoever goes, David or Max, win this fight, they are UFC worthy. If they can't clear the region, what do you think is going to happen in the UFC? So we feel it's a definitive answer who the best is and who's better prepared for the UFC. So they're right on the cusp. Mitchell's won 6 out of 7. Max has been on same thing. I think he's won probably more 9 out of 10 or something crazy. But so they're both right on the cusp, and if they can't clear out the region, how are they going to, what's going to happen in the UFC? So I figure it happens here, the right place, and their hometowns, and it should be a very exciting fight.
For David Mitchell, you're coming down in weight to take this fight. You fought as high as heavyweight within the last year. Do you have any concerns about making that cut, and what made you want to come down to fight Max?
I want to come down anyway. I just cleaned out all those bigger divisions, and I'm actually a natural 170 pounder or 185. I can do either one, but I can make 170. I kind of wanted to do it just for personal reasons, just for the personal challenge of getting on a diet, being hungry, literally for a fight, and I'm prepared to be hungry for the next 3 months for Max Griffin, and make the sacrifices with my diet and with my training and run the weight off. And I think it's just going to be the best, most sharpened, best fit and intelligent, and all the best things about David Mitchell you've seen at all the West Coast and before. After 19 fights, I take all that experience, 24 fights, take all that experience into everything I know with all this time that we have, and make the catch weight of 175 plus 1 pound. So I don't got to make it all the way to 170, so that helps. And it's just, this fight needs to happen. Like, it should have happened already, like a year or 2 years ago. And then that way we just, both be on the UFC. So let's get it on. Let's get it done.
And I want to say something about the weight thing. I want him to make weight. He didn't make weight against Baesman, and I know he's heavy. I want there to be a better incentive. He has no incentive to come in on weight. He doesn't. He comes in overweight, I'm still going to fight him. I propose 50% of your purse instead of 20% if you don't make weight. And I'll do the same.
We'll have to talk that with management.
He's going to come in over. He is. He doesn't care. He is.
All right.
Well, a lot of the questions I was going to have pretty much did get answered. answered. So to try to sum it up, I mean, is that something that you can guarantee you're going to come in weight? And like I said, you just took the fight because you wanted it regardless. So 175, since you guys have a lot to lose, a lot to gain, is that just something you guys agreed on because you couldn't make 170 and you're just like, let's just do it at 175?
Yeah, they told me the lowest he could go is 175, and say he comes in at 178, I'm not just gonna not fight. I mean, I want to just on principle, but I want to beat him. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's gonna come in overweight no matter what. But
that's the question I was gonna ask to begin with. You have a lot to lose, you have a lot to gain. He has a lot to lose, a lot to gain. He either makes weight or doesn't. You're gonna fight him regardless.
I want to say yeah, but I'm trying to get some stipulation because I believe that he's not going to come in overweight intentionally.
Well, since we're all here, Mitchell, is that something you know?
I'm going to come in at 215.
I mean, Mitchell, you know he's going to fight you if you do come in.
Go on my show. See how many times I've made 170.
Okay.
I've been in 170 before. I'm 200 pounds right now. I've lost that much weight in 2 days. Give me a break.
Okay.
176, I could lose that in 2 days.
And that's why we do things like this. That's why we have press
And you know there's no 50% of what purse. We're working for ourselves here. Buy your ticket from a fighter and you support us so we can make some racks because otherwise, man, the show's going away. I put my whole career on hold basically to see this West Coast grow and fucking fight heavyweight, Huckabee, fought Jamie Hara, fight this guy, can't go to Elk Grove along with Citrus Heights or Roseville but you know what I'm saying? Can I hang out in El Dorado Hills or man, am I gonna have to be like, I put a lot of sacrifice into this to fight Max Griffin because I think that's the kind of fight the region needs so that people go up. What do you got, Feely in the UFC? You know what I mean? Like, let's put the super fights together so that the winners can go up and the losers go up too. That's how you learn. You fight the best. So I'm just really, really grateful to God that this fight's happening. And I'm gonna win my Eagles game, all that stuff. I'm gonna start pressing codes on the fucking Nintendo, and cheat codes, man. You're not ready for that. You talk about the education, whatever, PhD, none of that shit. It's just cheat codes, bro.
And for the record, these guys have all put in their blood, sweat, and tears for this organization. They've all fought hard. And they've all been well compensated as well, and they've all made some pretty good money here. So,
That's true. That's true, by the way. I made more money here than UFC and everywhere else.
It's actually true.
You guys.
It's actually true, Steve. So we just want to throw that out there that we do appreciate what the fighters do for our organization, but they are well compensated, especially this guy. But he works his ass off.
He's a king.
Mitch, first off, congratulations on the baby boy, Baesman. That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
So, after your last loss to Fortuna, questions came up. Everybody said you weren't right after the Huckabee fight. You took some big shots, man. How are you feeling now? And I mean, do you feel comfortable? You're back on your game, ready to go?
Yeah, I played possum for a long fucking time to get this fight, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta ruffle some feathers, But I feel great. I took one right here in the face. You can see it from earlier today. Some of the best in the world. We train with the very best at Team Alpha Male, and we're going through a bit of a rebuilding phase. And I hope that this win and the future of my career, and God willing, the odds. I win this fight. I'm gonna win this fight, and then I want to go to the UFC, and I want to, go for that dream of being the best in the world. Because if you're not doing that, why even bother? I should just fake them up right now. I got a kid to take care of and all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving it one more run. This is all or nothing right here for me.
So, do you honestly feel that the win over Max is going to put you back in the UFC, or is it just going to solidify you as the best fighter in this region?
I'll get down on my knees and beg for it. I want another shot. I'm saying it right now. And if Max somehow, he's going to win and he's going to wake up from the dream and apologize. But if Max was to win this fight, I would be blowing up Joe Silva like you wouldn't believe, and he had to block me or some shit, because I think the winner deserves to go up, He's never been finished. He's on a 10-1 run. He's only lost 2 fights by decision. One of them was, I think, a split that he could have won. I got mad respect, dude. Like, people will be like thinking I'm just trying to put everybody down. I got mad respect for Huckabee. I got mad respect for what Jamie Hart's done out here. I got mad respect for Max Griffin and his team, and those guys have put in a lot of work for a long fucking time. And I think it's just an exciting fight for the region, and I hope that the UFC will be in the house to observe, because I think we got Scott Smith coming back, and who knows what other people might get on this card, where like this is the card to be on. Sorry Tachi Palace, sorry Global Knockouts. I mean, I love all of, I'm going to all the shows, Bellator and all that, but West Coast just became the show right now, all right? And like me and Max both put in a lot of sweat and tears to make that happen, and hopefully we'll make 10 to 15, and make some racks, and we'll go out there and have fun. The place will be fucking packed for a sellout. Let's do it. Everybody wants to see this, right? Right.
And the culture we're creating at West Coast Fighting is we're trying to get those fights to get them, catapult them in the UFC. So we've all been about that from day one, is we want to put on these super fights to get there. So my feeling has always been, I go back and forth with different managers and we disagree on certain things, but what I like to see is if you can't clear out the region, how are you going to make it in the UFC? So we're trying to put on these fights, we're trying to create this culture where the best of the best fight each other, and then they go. So yes.
Question for you, Branden. So,
all right, here we go.
Not to stir the pot, but there's been no hidden thing about it. He brought him up, GKO, a couple of the other places tried to take this fight. Does that, when you see that kind of stuff hit your Facebook, or you're always a level-headed kind of calm guy, does that just piss you off? Because you've put in the time, you've put in the work to help build both these guys up, and they come in and go, oh, well, we'll do this.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have, loyalty is everything to me. So, and MMA is not a loyal game. So we've been backstabbed by fighters, managers, promotions. It's going to happen in the sport. You just can't take it personal. So I know what goes into promotion. I know they have to work their butts off. So I realize that. But our team of guys really love MMA. So we care about these fighters. I mean, if you talk to these guys, it's not all about money. Of course we want to make money, but if this was all about money, it'd be different. These guys wouldn't like me, they wouldn't want to hang out, they wouldn't want to talk to me. So I do what I say, we put on fights that make sense, we respect fighters, and when we honor contracts, but yeah, it is rough, that people just come in here and, after we've been working our, butts off these years and developing our fan base, and like these guys, our team, Jeff, James, Glenn, we work, hours behind the scenes that no one sees. And it is tough, but I appreciate, David Mitchell, Max, Baesman, Scott, these guys have all been loyal. Obviously they've gone to other promotions and we've had our little, tiffs with stuff like that, but they're back where they belong now. So, yeah, we're excited to have them back.
This question's for Scott. So you've had a really long layoff. Why now, and why fight Justin Baesman?
Yeah, I've had a layoff. It's been a while. I've been a little messed up. Some personal problems, and got that all straightened out. I have a little baby girl that's almost 8 months old, and I got my head on my shoulders now, and I love fighting. When at the end of my strike force career, I was fighting for the wrong reasons. I was all screwed up, and I got my shit together now, and I love fighting and I want to do it. Like Branden said, it's not necessarily for the money. I got the itch bad. Branden had mentioned every fighter on this panel here to fight. Mitchell honestly is a bad matchup for me. He probably smothered me with his arm hair. Max, better tan than me, so that's a bad matchup. And he mentioned Baesman, dude. He's a brawler. It's a perfect fight. It's a fan-friendly fight. I think it makes sense. That's the fights I want. I'm not going out there trying to make, 80 grand, and come home and, go fuck off with it. I want to go out there and make enough money to make sense for my family, take care of my family, and fight exciting fights like Justin. So I'm honored to have this fight. Thanks.
Yeah. To reiterate that, the money thing is constantly brought up. And the thing is, none of us do this for the money. I tell fighters, you should play baseball, basketball, football if you want money. There's not a lot of money in this game at the regional level. but we want to get them to make money. We would like to see them in the UFC, but for every 1 year I favor, there's 10,000 other guys that wash out. So none of these guys are in it strictly for money. You know, and the amount of time and effort we all put in this sport promotion, it's not necessarily about money. We all want to make money, don't get me wrong, but I always tell fighters, if you're in the wrong sport, if you think you're going to make a killing in the region, you should have played baseball, should have picked up a golf club when you're younger or something, but this isn't the sport, you know, to make a lucrative living with the region.
So for Justin Baesman, Scott Smith is kind of a pioneer in the region. He's been a big deal for a long time. Do you approach this any differently because of sort of his profile, or do you look at this as just another fight? And as a follow-up to that, how do you see the fight going? How do you see it playing out with Scott?
Yeah, it's a big fight to me. You know, I'm excited about it. I like the bigger fights, the harder fights. You know, it gives me motivation during camp. You know, so I got mad respect for Scott. You can't underestimate him for a minute just because he has a little ring rust coming in. I know it's going to be a war. We're just going to bang and go at it. And I'm shooting for fight of the night. You know, we're both looking for a knockout. So it's going to be exciting. And this is a really big card. Scott's back. That's big. There's going to be a lot of eyes on us all. You know, so we're going to kill it.
And I think with Justin is he'll fight anyone, anytime. So, you know, I like that attitude of fighter. Like I always said, if you can't clear out the region and want to fight everybody, clear them out, you don't deserve to be in the UFC. That's my view. So a lot of people disagree with me, but that's what I feel. And a guy like Scott Smith, people don't realize when this guy become elite, you know, he is a pioneer of the sport and one of the heaviest hitters in the game. And I talk to everyone, hey, you want to fight Scott Smith? No. He gets like a truck over and over again. So, you know, we're blessed to have him part of the promotion, all these guys. Okay.
And actually, Scott, man, dude, we've known each other forever, bro. Since the start of your career. First off, congratulations on Harlem. She's gorgeous, beautiful baby. Dude, 2001, bro. You got started in this business. You fought clear up to, what, 2013, I believe, was your last fight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
50.
Something like that. I mean, I think he's older than I am. No, anyway, seriously. Man, I was shocked to see your card come back, and then I walk in tonight and see you. You look amazing, brother. First off, congratulations on everything that's going great in your life. God is good, brother. I'm really happy for you. Are we going to see that the Scott Smith I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars to go watch fight, just knocking people's heads off their shoulders? Am I going to see him back now?
Yeah, you know, like I said, the end of my Strikeforce career, I've always said I'd never fight for the money, and I did. I honestly fought for the money in my last few fights. I had no business fighting, and you know, I'm back to my old ways. You know, I'm working iron during the day. I'm a union iron worker, and I'm training at night, and that's what I want to do. I want to get back to old ways, and that thinking about training all day at work. I love it. You know, I come home, play with my kids, play with my baby girl, and off to work. I love this. I look forward to training every day. When I was fighting full time for like 5 years, I didn't like training. I mean, there's a lot of guys in this room will tell you I had every excuse in the book not to train, and I love it. I want to be in there and train and go out there and have some fun. You know, my first fight was in 2001. I did it just to say I did a cage fight, and I fell in love from the time I did it. And I went on a good little run there, and I'm looking to finish my career with a good little run.
And when he was going through his tough times in his career fighting for, you know, like I said, for the money, he wasn't fighting, you know, regional guys. He was fighting Paul Daly and killers. So it takes a lot of guts to, when he was going through what he was going through, not really training, step in the cage with those killers. I mean, that says a lot about him, you know, to fight anybody. So.
You have these guys lined up. What does your undercard look like?
We're still putting together, like I said, everyone and their mother, every manager, every fighter wants to get on this card now. So, but we got Luis Gonzalez. He's going to be on the card. We're working on getting him an opponent. But we got a lot of people. You know, Nick Christie's going to be on the card. He hasn't been on the card for a while.
Heavyweight. You remember what happened last time?
So yeah,
you thought you were a wrestler.
A lot of people are coming out of the woodworks, you know, that haven't fought in a while. So we're excited to have some people back, and it's an exciting card.
So Max, in your fight with Buddy recently, you gave up your back a couple of times. And it looks like you were in some danger, but you got out of it. Basically, do you plan on doing that against
No. Honestly, with the Buddy thing, I didn't know how I got there. I wasn't concerned about his submissions or anything. I wasn't in danger. It might have looked, if you watch the video, watch my face, I was composed, you know. But against him, I wouldn't even touch the cage. You know, I do whatever I want to do in there.
Follow up for Mitchell. How are your hands looking these days?
Cheat codes. I'm bigger than him. I hit harder than him. I put guys on the fence. I put them on their back, and they go bye-bye. Quick, like.
How's your strength and conditioning going?
Wait. You can't take that from me. That's my question. That's my question. Don't take that from me.
You waited too long, man.
No, that's my question.
You fucking blew it, man.
So I'm gonna ask right now, Max. You've openly said you were gonna knock David out.
I am.
Now, we all know the hardest hitting cat around here is the bad man. He blasted this fool 3 times, dude. One time, completely took him off his feet from the center of the cage to the cage wall. He didn't go out.
That's fine.
Okay, so on that note, I'm not sure how that's going. But anyway, I really wanted to know about Alex Hansen, dude. I mean, at what point do you go, sorry, people at home, fuck you, you're a traitor?
You know, honestly,
like that?
you know, people know he was my strength coach for like 3 years, strength conditioning coach. We had a falling out after the Cheaty fight over some stupid stuff. If I told you why, you guys would laugh. Honestly, you laugh on
I want to laugh. Tell us. I do.
It is a press conference.
Let's laugh.
Let's laugh.
But if you don't want to, it's fine.
We'll see. I might say in a second. So we had a falling out. You know, signed with Coach Doug with that. Best strength coach in the U.S. I say. I mean, he got me incredible right there. I mean, everything else for a reason. You know, so it worked out. But I mean, me and Alex were boys. You know, homies. You guys know the bond between a coach and you know you see him every day. You're working together, hanging out, eating dinner, hanging out for years, going on my fights, cornering. You know, then he texted me yesterday morning. Hey, by the way, just to let you know, no hard feelings, but I'm cornering, I took on David Mitchell, you know, in his camp to go against you. You know, to me, if you're my homie and you know me like that, you're not gonna train your homie to beat somebody. You know, your arch, you know, I don't like him. I don't. He may pretend he's fake. He can pretend like he likes me. He doesn't like me. He doesn't like me from the gate. He hasn't, so he can put on the show for you guys. That's fine. But they linked up. He tells me, hey, you know, I'm working with Dave Mitchell to beat you. You know what? There is hard feelings. There is. We're not cool. I said some things to him. You know, you're a bitch is what I said. I did. You are. If you're gonna say you're my friend and then tell me you're gonna work with my arch nemesis to beat me, we're not cool. You're fake. Straight up. I don't care where you're from. And if you think that's not cool, or you know, ask him if he's hurting for money that bad or whatnot, you know, a few dollars is measly. Everything's reputation. And, you know, I told him, hey, I'm putting on Facebook. You know, I don't
So knowing Alex, always been cool with me, never had a problem with the guy. He's always been, you know, pretty much stand up for what I've known and working with you as well. Do you think it's because of the falling out from the last go-around is why he went over there?
He felt disgruntled about it, you know? I mean, why else would you do it, you know? And he wanted, honestly, why else would you do that for a couple of dollars? You know what I mean? But I hope, and then, so I called him a snake, and, you know, the whole thing went on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. He tells me, you know what, I'm not going to do it. You would do to me, do it. I want him to make weight. I want him to be the best he's ever been. I want him to train him. I do. So I hope he does. I hope he could go back and then go back and then go back on his word and then still help you out. Because I want you to make weight, diet, everything.
And Mitchell, by you taking, did he come to you or whatnot, by you training with him, is that a way to get into Max instead of saying, no, I don't need it, or you're just like,
I met, I didn't really know this dude Alex at all, but he hit me up on Facebook like, listen, before Huckabee fight, like, or after. But anyway, a long time ago, March, April, something. Said, hey, you want to get a session in? There was Max's fight was never even on the table. I was fighting in heavyweight, middleweight, light heavyweight weight classes, and I hit him back like a while ago and said, hey man, you want to help me get to welterweight? Let's do this, you know, because he hit me up and he seemed like he knew what he's doing and shit, you know. Seems like a cool dude, right? And then the Max fight came up after that, and then like we came and we went and did one session. I came out to Roseville early in the morning, and you know I tagged it and posted it, you know, because it's like, you know, that's what you do for people you're working with, right? And I realized right away, like, I got back to the gym and people were already like, holy shit, man, nice move and shit. Like, was it a publicity stunt? I don't know, maybe. Like, but it ain't gonna happen. I got my team, you know. I got Josh Emmett, Movement, and Jay is my strength and conditioning coach. And I probably know more about nutrition than anybody in, you know, the region. So, you know, me and my chiropractor Tim and all my people, you know, we're gonna build the best David Mitchell that you've ever seen at Team Alpha Male, and we're gonna come out there on January 23rd. You know, with, I'm just the tip of the spear, you know. I train with some great guys, and I'm excited, you know, to show what I can really do. You know, I think that the 10 years of jiu-jitsu with Dave Terrell, and then with Akbari and Fabio and all the great guys I've trained with over the years, the Diaz brothers and Jake Shields and Gilbert Melendez, I just think it's going to be too much, you know. I want to see the Max Griffin. I think he's going to bring the pain.
Bring the pain.
He's going to bring the pain, and he's going to try to do his best, but it's like, you know,
But why reach out if you're so confident? Or why?
Why what?
I mean, why go with Alex and reach out if you're so confident in what you're doing already?
I'm just fucking with you, bro. No, I'm just kidding, man. As soon as I realized what the implications were, I was like, fucking, I don't want to do this anymore. He called me and said the same thing. I can't work with you. We squashed it, man. I want to apologize to Alex for putting him in a really fucking, you know, really awkward situation. And, you know, honestly, we're here. Like, I like this, if the shit talking was going better or whatever, but we're just here to pump this fight. We're just here to promote this fight. I got nothing but respect for Max Griffin. He works hard, raises family, teaches lessons, teaches classes. You know, I know his uncle, his buddy, you know, I know some friends of his that really well, and I think that, you know, after this, hopefully we can be friends, but we got to fight, man. We're the best in the region. We got to get it done. Am I wrong? So, you know, we can, I think just scrap, you know, like I ain't really talking no more shit, man. I apologize for any kind of problems or whatever I'm causing in the community, you know, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get the best, biggest fights, you know. I don't try to home wreck nobody and shit, you know, come on.
All right, well.
Max, so since there's only like 2 people asking questions, I'll throw one out. So this will be your 3rd fight with us at MMA Gold. You know, obviously you got, you know, Maryland's your main camp, and then you come over and get, you know, your other work with us and Coach Doug and whatnot. How do you think that kind of going back and forth now and joining MMA Gold is gonna, I guess, progress you to, you know, to beat a guy with, you know, Mitchell's, you know, overall
pedigree,
overwhelming ground game? And
he's good, you know, but we got good people, man. We got good people. We game plan. You know, I mean, I'm over there at Carnage too. It's like wrestling with you guys. I mean, I'm gonna be bigger than you on that night. What's gonna happen? And I'm gonna throw you around, beat you up, knock you out. You'll see.
Why are people laughing? Stop laughing.
Yeah, for Justin Baesman, I see you got your title up there. How important is it for you to get this win over Scott and get back into the title hunt? Maybe get a shot.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for me, so I'm really hurting for a win. You know what I'm saying? Ever since leaving Bellator, I've been struggling, man. You know, and taking fights last minute, taking backwards fights that I shouldn't take. You know, just trying to get it back. You know, but my mind's clear now. I'm having a good camp. You know, real discipline, and I'm just gonna come in as a better Justin Baesman. You know what I'm saying? Give him the raw deal, and I know it's gonna be a good fight. It can go any way, and I'm ready for whatever. So, you know, I'm just grinding and just trying to get back. So, I feel good coming into it, and I'm excited about the fight. It's a great card. So it's gonna be a good fight. I'm trying to still fight tonight. I'm trying to take their shine away. You know, they're the main ones, but at the end of the night, I hope they're talking about us. You know.
Are you preparing for Scott in particular, or are you just working on doing what you do?
Yeah, no, I'm watching all his fights again. You know, I've been following him for a long time, like most of you here. You know, so I'm watching his fights. I'm getting ready for him, and he's most likely going to come in as a brand new Scott. So I got to be ready for that too. So yeah, I'm doing my homework, and I want to come in real strong and really open up, you know, and really shine and get back. I can't let anything stop me. I put too many years in. I put too much hard work in. I've been real to the sport. The sport's been real to me, so it's just got to work out for me, you know.
Charlie, question for Scott. We know you've been gone for a little while. Is there something new you want to incorporate into your game? Are you just going to rely on the old Scott and kind of morph into now, or do you have just a whole new style for Justin?
Yeah, you know, Justin kind of hit on it. I plan on being a whole different fighter than anybody's ever seen. I want to get back to my roots. I want to sharpen up my Muay Thai. I've been into Muay Thai for years, but I've been kind of a lazy Muay Thai fighter. I'm with Crew Rick at Elgrove Muay Thai. They're lot more fancy, more technical, and that's what I need. I've been working with Gunyao Fairtex out at from San Francisco for years. And I think I work with him so much because he's kind of the lazy Muay Thai guy that I like. You know, just kind of rock him, sock him, hit me, I'll hit you. He's a great instructor. I love him. I got his name tattooed on my shin here. But Rick's the guy I need right now. You know, he's a lot more technical. He's got the good boxing, and I think that's going to help me out. I want to get back to my roots of the ground game. You know, I got into this sport as a wrestler. Yeah, I wrestled at Sac City College, took 4th in state. I did pretty well there. And got into jiu-jitsu, so I need to get back to my roots. You know, hopefully I'll be over at Team Alpha Male working with those guys. I was there years and years ago. You know, that was the best shape I was in working out over there. So
I guess what we're wondering is if we're going to see the Hands of Stone.
I'm going to go out there and sling them. That's what I like to do. Yeah. No, I mean, I got the wrestling background, but that's why I like to fight with Justin. He loves to brawl. I mean, I can't go out there. If it was a fight that I had to go out there and take the guy down to win, I wouldn't take it. I want to go out there and brawl with Justin. I know he's going to do it, so I know it's going to be a fun fight. This is a great main event right here, but Justin said, I think we're going to go in and steal the show. This is going to be the action-packed fight. I'm excited to get the fight over with, to sit back and watch these guys, but this is two good fights right here.
You got an extra shin for Rick's name, too.
Yeah, we didn't put this fight together for them to wrestle. So
I'm seeing a lot of jiu-jitsu in this fight.
Yeah, so they're gonna stand and someone's gonna get knocked out. That's what. Let's be honest. So that's why, two really good strikers, and they're gonna stand there right in the pocket and go at it. So that's what people want to see. That's what I want to see.
Did you raise the bonus on the knockout? Is that why, or is this? Raise that bonus.
Possibly. His eyes just lit up.
So, being this fight's billed the King of Sacramento, is WFC going to spring for a real crown that since there's no belt on the line?
Yeah, they got enough belts. These guys got like 10 belts combined.
That's what I'm saying.
So.
Let's get a crown. I mean,
yeah,
King Sac, let's do this.
We can do that.
I dropped it on the way here.
See?
Oh, like, they should do a crown.
Yeah, no.
You know why we're fighting? We're fighting for a contract with the UFC. Winner goes up. All right? That's all there is to it. And I expect all y'all to, help us make that happen, Let's make some fucking noise. Let's, if it's a good fight, let's have the rematch in the UFC in that new arena downtown. Yeah. We're out here trying to build Sacramento, you know what I'm saying?
And yeah, the interesting, sorry to interrupt you, but the interesting part of this is Dana White's been emailing us trying to come to a fight. So he's doing a new series where he goes to regional promotions and picks a couple guys out of the crowd. So he's reached out to us twice, and probably will be at that event. We're hoping that'll show up.
And he knows who this guy is right here.
Yeah, so that'll be a little added bonus to this card if he shows up. So we've been in contact, and that'd be obviously big for all the implications on the line for this fight, for him to be in attendance. So we're definitely excited for that opportunity if that happens. So we got 2 more questions.
So for David Mitchell, you've been angling for the fight with Max pretty much since you got here to Sacramento. Have you been preparing for him all along, feeling like this fight is an inevitability, or did you feel like it was just never going to happen?
No, I thought it was a bad matchup for him, but more importantly, I didn't know who Max Griffin was, but he had the middleweight belt, he had the welterweight belt. I asked people in the region who the best, in the gym, asking people what's the best promotion, what's local, You know, I'm trying to go to school. Maybe I got to work at a casino to make, you know, whatever I got to do. I just want to fight right here at home. And I honestly didn't even know West Coast even existed, dude. People said West Coast, said Branden Ware. I hit the dude up. He said, you know, I don't think you can afford me or whatever. And I was like, try me, you know. And we worked out a deal right then. And at that very first, I thought it was like right at the first fight after Fernando or before Fernando, Max walked up to me and shook my hand and said, looks like we're going to be fighting. And I thought we were going to fight from that moment on. And people said that he was the guy to be out here. So it's not like I don't like any, I'm done talking shit, you know. I'm just here to fight. And I got the fight now finally. So this Mac talk is over, you know. Basically, we're going to see in the cage who the better fighter is and who the better man is, you know. So
I highly doubt that, but
we're going to see a good fight, you know. I mean, hopefully. No offense to anybody else that I fought, you know, but some guys just turtle up. And, you know, Max looked tough against Buddy. I mean, it looked like a white belt war to me, but, you know, it made for a great fight. And
right on cue.
I think every black belt or blue belt in the building was cringing. Oh, hey, it is what it is, man. I want to go back to the UFC. You know, I wasn't ready before for different reasons, personal reasons, and I'm committing myself to 14 weeks of, you know, complete sobriety and maybe, you know, even more than that. And just really, I was in it for the wrong reasons, you know, as well as Scott, you know, different reasons, different addictions. But it wasn't about money or win. It was just about, I was just having way too good of a time, to be honest, man. I love Sacramento. It's just a lot of fun out here, you know. But now I got to focus on what's important, and that's my career, taking care of my family, and I have a son now. And so you're going to see the most focused, the hardest working, you know, just clean. The weight cut is going to actually make me stronger, you know. I'm going to be, you know, nailing muscle ups by the dozen, you know, by the time this fight comes along. And you're going to see the best David Mitchell you ever seen. And I plan on going back to the UFC and making noise there.
And when I knock you out, I want you to be the best. So listen to what he's saying. He's going to be the best. He's going to be the smartest. He's going to be focused. He's going to feel the best. You know, I want you at your best. I don't want any excuses saying, you know, anything's dumb, you know. But I want you at your greatest, so you feel real terrible at the end of it.
All right, 2 more questions.
Okay, so my last question will be kind of a panel question, man. All you guys are young fathers. Well, Scott, not you so much, but your fathers. You got a young baby now. No, seriously, guys.
You're like a young grandpa.
Right now, yes, I am. Proud of it. All 4 of you guys have been in tough fights. You know how hard it is to make it happen in this career with younger kids now, each of you guys. But are you guys going to steer your kids away from this sport? How do you feel about them coming into the sport, following your footsteps?
Wow.
My 2 daughters are in karate right now, and I had nothing to do with that. It's just in their blood. My oldest, Kalina, her first day, they had to put 2-on-1 because she was killing it. It's in her blood, you know. She can't help it. You know, they're in gymnastics and dance, and you know, I'm gonna make sure they know how to defend themselves and take care of themselves. But whatever they want to do, I'm always supportive. I'm in the dance class dancing, and I'm in the karate class kicking. So whatever they want to do, I'm down. You know.
Yeah, I'm in kind of the same boat. My 18-year-old son, I coached him in junior high wrestling, high school wrestling. He kind of stuck with that. My son now that's in 7th grade, he actually would be a stud MMA fighter. He's into baseball. Went to Cooperstown to Field of Dreams in a tournament this year. He's playing year-round. As long as he's doing something and doing good, I'm proud of him. He's in honors classes, got straight A's. So I support him. So maybe my 8-month-old little girl's going to be the next round of Rousey. She's a little terror. So yeah, I mean, we're here for our families and support them in whatever they do. I think it's the way to go. But
So,
Last question.
panel question for each of you. Why are you going to be the one fighter to watch when we get to the fight on the 23rd of January?
He's a shit talker and he's getting knocked out. I've been wanting to knock him out for years. And it's time.
Why'd you back out twice then?
I hurt my hand the first time, man. You weren't my priority. And now you are.
I'm glad that I'm getting motivated, you know.
Yo, you don't want me motivated. This is going to be worse than keto. You remind me of a keto. And maybe you could have keto give you a massage before the fight, too.
Hey, somebody's been working on their shit talking, man. Good work, buddy. Great. Hey, I just wanted to answer that other question. You know, I saw my son. I never thought about it, what I wanted him to be or anything like that. But when I seen him, you know, it was just a miracle for me to be able to be there. And, you know, I've been through some shit. And when I looked at him, I just saw a doctor, you know. So I'm hoping he don't do this MMA thing because, you know, it's a tough way. It's a hard, you know, some things are a hard way to make an easy living. You know, I've done that one. This is a hard way to make a hard living, you know, unless you hit the jackpot. And I think any one of the guys in this panel right here has the ability, the skills to do it. It's just who decides that they're gonna do it, that they're gonna make this lucrative and just be that person. And I'm wishing everyone here the best of luck and West Coast. And I hope Dana comes, and I hope you all just like get on and just start tweeting at these guys, you know. Just let them know that, you know, West Coast has arrived, you know. That last fight, you know, where we had like 3,500 people in the building. Dave Huckabee, you know, he that was crazy. There's no way to explain it. If you were there, you will remember that forever. You're never gonna forget that you were there. I don't think, except for me, maybe.
Scott?
Yeah, you know, this fight for me, it's not paying my mortgage. This fight's for me. I'm doing it for me. I'm not out there to try to impress anybody. This is a personal thing I got to do for myself. You know, I've beaten better opponents than Justin, and I've also lost to lesser opponents than him. Either of us can go out there. You know, any four of us on this panel, I feel, can beat any of each other any given night. You know, there's four great guys up here. I just want to go out there and fight and have some fun. My life is not going to change one bit, win, lose, or draw in this fight. So I'm going to go out there and have some fun like I used to do. And we both got plenty of time to get in shape for this fight and train hard. I wish him a blessed camp. Hopefully I have the same, and we go out there and put on a show. That's all I want to do is have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on that night, I'm going to go out there. I'm really going to try to steal everybody's attention. You know, I'm always just one kick away from the finish. Just like anybody that knows me, I'm known for flying ninja kicks, flying ninja knees. You know, I'll do the tricky stuff. I'll put it on the line. So I'm really going to try to steal the crowd. I'm really going to try to take the night. I want the awards. I want the bonuses. I want the stuff. Yeah, it's not about the money, but I want it all. You know, I want everything. So I'm going in there with that mind state. In my mind, I have to make it. You know, I put too much time in, so I have to steal the crowd. I have to win the fight. You know, and I have that in my mind. And fighting somebody tough like Scott, you know, the motivation is there during camp. So every day I'm pushing harder to be better than I was yesterday. And all of us are savages up here. You know, we all put in our time. We're all monsters, you know, and we're just trying to go out there and do what we got to do for ourselves and our families and our camps. And we're really pushing, we're really grinding. So expect fireworks all night.
All right, thank you guys for coming. We'll see you January 23rd live.